Hey everybody, Frankie Day here. Okay guys, this is video number 1 of my new winter build. I think I started this about 2 days ago. And I recently just showed it to you yesterday on the final reveal for the Whitley kit. Okay guys, this is the Italeri 1/72 scale short Sunderland Mark III flying boat. I've had this kit in my stash for about a good 2 or 3 years. And after reviewing the kit very carefully before proceeding with the assembly, it's a very remarkable little kit, and it really aces over the old ancient Airfix 1/72 scale kit. And I'm pretty quite favorable to the Airfix kit more than towards the Italeri kit. But the Italeri kit is a good kit, and I've never built one of these before. And like I said during the reviewing of it, there's a lot of good stuff there, and that the Airfix kit don't have. And that's interior details. So. But there is an easy way out for those who have the Airfix kit like I do. I think I got about 15 of them in my collection back there in my stash pile. All 1960 vintage kits, and I think they cost less than $2 at the time. And the other the first one I got from my Aunt Edie and Uncle Doug, and they went to England, and I think back in 1958 or 59, somewhere around there, late 50s. And they brought me back the short Sunderland kit that they found in one of the hobby shops out there. And of course the boxing, it's all white and different flying attitude. But it's a very sentimental kit for me, so I don't think I'll ever build it though. But I got an old one anyway. Anyway, of course, getting back to this kit here. So far, guys, I've been working on it about 2 days now. And I first of all I removed all the parts that's needed to do the fuselage construction. This is going to be a fast build. It's not going to take much to build this thing, fellas. I say it's probably got maybe a few more parts more than the Airfix kit's got. And I know the only difference between this and the Airfix kit is the portholes. The portholes seem like to be smaller on this kit opposed to the Airfix one. And I got a couple paper kits too that I built. I'm looking at one right now, and it looks like the porthole is pretty small there, so it's probably an error on Airfix making oversized portholes, but they're effective and they look good. Excuse me, guys. Okay, gentlemen. So far on the construction of the Sunderland, I primed up all the parts, the interior parts that be needed, and also the side of the fuselage has let dry. I went ahead and used Homebrew number 78, 73, yeah, 78, interior green. And of course you can't see because it's kind of dark right there. I don't have proper lighting here, guys, to show the color, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's number 78 in the Homebrew range. Gray-green color. And after the gray-green dried, I went and applied a coat of varnish on it. I go ahead and made a wash. I used some Ahoy light gray wash, and we'll show a close-up of this as you look at the kit, and also the humble colors too. I'm going to try to be a lot more in depth, guys, in my building. You know, I started out pretty good with the Shackleton build, and got carried away at the end because I had to get it done because it was sitting around collecting dust, and it's all finished, tucked away nice neatly in the box. Actually the same box it came out of. But the Sunderland kit goes together quite well. It's a very pleasing kit to use, and for your eye ports, for your portholes, a lot of guys use white glue, but I use canopy glue for or 5-minute epoxy. So I more or less mixed a batch of my favorite 5-minute epoxy. These two tubes, you got a hardener and you got the epoxy itself. So this is a 15-minute epoxy. It gives you time to work with it. 5 minutes is not long enough, fellas. So with the addition of using 15 minutes, gives you time to play around. And this stuff here, this Tester's canopy glue, you guys probably got this on your workbench. I don't know how effective this stuff is. A lot of swear to buy it, it's really good stuff, but I never used it before, but perhaps someday that I will. So I use the 5-minute epoxy method, and just use a toothbrush to kind of swirl the epoxy evenly around the portholes and pop them eye ports in there like that, let them dry. They're there. Then when I get done, from asking, instead of using tape with an eye puncher, like I got a hole puncher, I could punch out the tape. Well, that's a waste of time. So I got some of this micro mask right here, this new stuff here. It works pretty good. I did it in a couple of kits I experimented with. It works very, very well. And I should have used it before a lot of other kits. So this is good stuff too. I'll show you a close up of this too if you look at the kit. So getting everything all prepared right here in hand, and we'll go over and swing over and take a look at the short Sunderland flying boat, and I'll discuss what's on the table and what I'll be doing. Okay, guys, I know the mighty porcupine is waiting for you guys to open your papers, look at her. We'll zoom in and look at the box. That's the kit it comes out of. Incidentally, Italeri made 2 of these kits. I got 2 of these kits in my stash. I've got the other one, the earlier version. I think it's a Mark II or a Mark I with the it doesn't have the dorsal turret. It has 2 side blister turrets on the rear fuselage behind the trailing edge of the wings, and it has detail stations there. A lot more than this. The interior details that give you this kit is very, very good, and there's a lot of photo-etch fittings that go into it, but they left a lot of stuff out, and I'll discuss that as we look at the kit. Okay, guys, that's the boxing it came out of. I think I showed it to you yesterday during the Whitley's final reveal. So we'll swing down a little bit and take a look at the Sunderland. This is as far as I got, guys. I'm about ready to button up the fuselage, but I got to do some checking and make sure everything's in there before I do anything. Okay, we'll go on a little closer and take a look at the innards. There's the fuselage section done right there. And I got the seats all painted in there. It's all painted, all airbrushed with 78 interior green that was what the English used. It was like a gray green they used. And when it dried, I get a subgroup Marshalls of gray and dry brushed a little silver, a little aluminum here on there. And I went back and gave it another wash. And that's what it about looks like when it's done. And of course you got the galley area right here. You got a winch right there where there's an anchor. They gave you a stock anchor, and they also give you some rope, some line, the little high line they use as a heaving line, and they wired up to the winch right here. It comes up to they got a retractable. I think it's a ginger reel or a ginger block or a pulley system, where they hook up to the buoy or the anchor. They can drop it over the side, they can pull it up and take the anchor off, lay the anchor down there on the grating, and retract the ginger block and make the line in there. And what I really like about this thing, I never noticed that before, but this area right here, we'll get a little closer, guys. I think you can see it at this altitude, but we'll make sure you can see it a little better. Okay, it's focusing now. There's a stairway right here. That stairway goes all the way up, and it pops up in between the pilot and co-pilot seat. So I guess when they're on 12-hour patrols, make sure the convoy gets in safe on hunting for submarines. Guys get a little tired a little bit, and they gotta have a little pep me up. They gotta have some tea, or they have some candy bars or whatever there is to take them to keep them awake, keep them alert, and keep them happy. So down below, there's a galley in the stove right behind the stairwell right there. So the cook and the buoy tender right there, which he was noted for, which was elected by the crew members, because the English was just like the Yanks. We had guys aboard the flying boat. The aircraft itself could do better jobs than anybody else. Some could cook better. Some are excellent cooks. Some were cooks before they joined the military, and they got elected as cooks. And his station was to operate the front dorsal to the front turret, and also handle the buoy and the anchor and also the cook. And what he does when he cooks his food, he walks up the stairs, goes up to the pilot's compartment, and gives the pilot, the co-pilot, the radio operator, the navigator, flight engineer, gives them some tea, candy bars, or some soup, bouillon, whatever there is to keep the guys alert. Then he ventures aft. Right here, between this section here, the section here, they discontinued. I don't know why they did that. I think more or less they just isolated the areas where it could be seen, but they didn't extend this this flight deck all the way up forward here. And the same thing aft too, as you guys notice. On aft, they've got no catwalk all the way aft there, so everything is isolated. The isolation is on the bomb compartment right there. There's a trolley system that works on the bomb compartment right here, and on the bomb on the they got a trolley system here that works. Yeah, we'll get a little closer, guys. You see what Frankie Day's talking about. Okay, here we go. We're at the right altitude now. We'll get a little closer here. There she be, fellas. Okay, guys, this part right here is where the bombs are at. They got a trolley system, works on a rail, and they got the side door which trices down. As you can see right here where my pointer stick's at, it folds up into the opening there, and this bomb, and the bomb rack fits on top of this trolley rail, and it goes straight right across there. They can load the bombs from the side there of the trolley rail and move the bombs out. And you got the bomb aimer right here, the bomb aimer's window forward. And what he'll do, he'll go ahead and release the bombs. And when they reload the bombs again, they reload them on top of the trolley rack, hook up to the trolley rail, and they just go ahead and take the bombs out again. So they carry mines and bombs. And the Short Sunderland was it was a good sea boat. I think it's of all the flying boats that were made during the war and before, I think the Short Sunderland is my favorite. It's a true flying boat, guys, with no mistake about it. A very true flying boat. Okay, guys, we'll take a look at this other fuselage right here. And you can see the detail put into it. It can take about 2 days to do all this detail work. I like to work slow, guys, on stuff like this, because you get a kit that costs you almost $100 now. You want to get your money's worth. Here's your interior door right here. This interior door will trice up there, fold in there. So, like I was talking about the compartments right here, I believe they designed this kit for isolated viewing only. Because once this fuselage goes on like this, only thing you're going to see is from the bow door, which the crew entry is there, and also with the cooks, and also the galley deck, and also you can see the interior of the cockpit. Then you look through there where the trolley racks at, where the bombs come out through the rails and the wings, through the wings of the trolley on the trolley rail. You can see all the detail there. So I believe that's what they did. They isolated all the detail in different compartments, and everything else you ain't gonna see. So well, they ain't gonna see it anyway. But the thing about it is they can at least extend the floor more this way and brought a catwalk and a floor up this way, all the way up into the tail gunner's compartment. And also same thing forward right here. They could have brought the floor out more this way. So I was thinking about going ahead adding some sheet styrene in there and making some sheet styrene right here to finish up the floor, and the same thing up here, because I got a whole plan section. I got plans and everything for this airplane. I got all the detail I could put into it. A lot of it's pretty well correct, a lot of it's omitted because it's isolated details. I'm just going to go ahead and just think about very seriously, just go ahead and button up the fuselage. Incidentally, guys, the fuselage fits very, very well and all parts, and I don't think this thing needs any filler at all, the fuselage, because the seams disappear. Because I dry fit this thing 2 or 3 times, even with the parts in it, with the interior parts and the non-interior parts, they'll fit the same. So it's a good kit. Okay guys, this terminates video number 1 for the winter build of the Italeri 1/72 scale short Sunderland 3 flying boat. Old Porcupine is dubbed for and affectionately named. And back to yours truly, Mr. Frankie Day. Here I is, boys, here I is. Okay guys, it's about time, about 15 minutes is about up, and I don't want to make 2 videos out of 1 until I learn how to operate my software. And I got things to do, places to go right now before I do any more while this thing's loading up. Okay guys, tomorrow I'm going to have a video on the Mariner flying boat, because I'm going to join this fuselage up and get the wings all glued together and make some preparations for the floats. I'm going to rig the floats up first. Everything's going to be all done, you know, as the sub-assemblies, and assemble same and prime and paint. And she's finished. Actually, I have this thing done about another week or 2. So, therefore, stay tuned tomorrow for the PBM Mariner by Combat Models 148 scale. I got the big 162 Mariner, as you guys seen. You guys probably wondering about that. The rest all ashore, guys. Well, Frankie Day will have that for you out tomorrow. And so, stay tuned for the update for that. Okay, guys, it's time for you to get out of here right now. This is Frankie Day signing up. God bless you guys. Happy modeling. Please subscribe. And also, the best thing of all, for the word of the day and every day, make Mama happy. If you don't, she'll take away the glue, take away your paint, make you sleep on the couch, and you will not like that. Trust me, you will not like that. So make Mama happy. Okay, boys, this is Frankie Day signing off. I love you guys very much. You guys take care, gentlemen, and God bless you all. And see you next video. Bye, fellas. Frankie Day gone.